Hello, everyone. My name is Mark Stark, back once again, as I am every Tuesday, 1:30 Pacific Standard Time. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about some you must know life hacks. Now, here's what I have found over many, many years. If we skip over some simple life hacks, we tend to make the same decisions, regardless of what the circumstances are, the same decisions over and over again. If they haven't served us well once and we're making the same types of decisions, well, they're probably not going to serve us well a second, a third, or a fourth time. So my goal today is to give you some life hacks to really think about how you would make decisions. And I have to say, these are foundational. I'm really sharing the ones that really are the closest to my heart and mind to know that, you know what, very, very important in moving. I don't care if it's business, personal, forward. All right, let's jump right in. You know, the universe provides us all with plenty of opportunities to learn and grow. Our real job is to make a simple decision. Do we choose to accept it, okay, or do we choose to fight it? Another opportunity, the way to look at it is, do we choose to take advantage of the opportunity to grow? Or again, leave that lesson on the table and don't worry, we made that decision that didn't serve us well. We'll wait till another circumstance comes up that takes that type of decision making and we'll make the same decision again, which again, as I stated, will not serve us well. So if we want to make a decision and we want to take advantage of that opportunity to grow, we first have to think, well, I have something to learn. So if you're a know-it-all right now and you have the answers to everything, this Facebook Live is probably not going to help you that much. But if you're like the rest of us and you have aspects that you know you need to learn, well, this is going to be very, very helpful. So when a circumstance happens that, you know what, let's just say it's not a circumstance we would have chosen to happen, whatever that is, how we view what just happened, how we react to what happened, and how we move forward are all examples of how we chose to take that scenario. Did we choose an opportunity to grow, or do we go in the muck with it? Your actions will tell you how you answered that question. All right, and I have to tell you, you'll answer that question like it or not. Because if you're going to do something, let's say something happens that really upsets you. All right, how are you doing that? Do you step away? Are you looking for going right into outcome thinking, saying, wait a minute, I don't like this, but what ultimately do I want to see happen here? And then are you viewing it in a way that can take you towards the direction you want? If you're not, you're skipping over the opportunity that the universe is giving you, and that says, you know, you need to learn this. So it's in your wheelhouse, that it's in your toolbox to use throughout your life. But if you keep skipping it and you don't take that tool, you just keep living that scenario over again. Life hack number 2. And this sounds obvious, and I know you've heard it before, but it always helps me. And that is focus on the things you can change. You know, I'll tell you, the biggest challenge in life is things continue to happen and we can get very frustrated about it. But the reality of it is, if you focus on the things that you can change, then one, you're very productive. And what you find, like it or not, is 90% of the time, if not a little bit more, the thing that you can change is you. Now, there's a lot of things in life that we would like to be different, but it isn't. But I want to throw this in. Separate from only focusing on the things that you can change, be sure not to focus on trying to change other people. If you're trapped in a mindset of trying to change others, boy, look out. You can get very, very frustrated. It's like putting expectations on others. You get disappointed most all the time. Why? Because that's your expectations for them. Let them put their expectations on themselves. The toughest lesson I had to learn throughout life is everyone has their own journey. And sometimes that journey may not work well for your journey. And that is what it is. I've learned that, numerous times. You have to let people learn their journey or live their journey. And sometimes their journey comes with lessons that you would do everything you can to have them not have to learn that lesson, but you're not them. Sometimes people just have to learn the lesson, and hopefully at that point, it'll stick with them. If not, they'll have to learn that lesson again. Your job is not to manage them. Your job is to manage you and manage the circumstances that you can control and adjust. And then life hack number 3 is, really be focused on living your best life. See, your best life, all right, sounds like, well, everyone wants to live their best life. But what they don't realize is it's lots of decisions on direction. You're making decisions all the time. You want to live your best life, then you got to understand you're making decisions on direction all the time. So your direction is constantly shifting. And you've got to make sure if you want to live your best life, you're moving in a direction that you want to go. All right, so here's some advice along these lines. Listen to your heart and listen to your mind. When you're in resistance to your heart and to your thought process, that's telling you that there's an issue there. All right, so if you're resisting your thought process, the way you're feeling to say, I really want to go in this direction, and you're pulling yourself in another direction, probably is not going to work well for you. Your best life is really there for you, and it's going to communicate to you. You just got to listen really closely. Sometimes we don't want to hear what it's saying, but I promise you, if you listen intently and really ask yourself those tough questions of, I've said them before, who am I? What do I want? What price am I willing to pay? Which comes into what price I'm not willing to pay. You can move closer to your best life. And then one other aspect, we talk about serving ourselves well. When you make a decision, go into it with this idea that you hope it's serving you well. The plan is serving you well. Not all plans go the way that we want them to go. But I do see people make decisions. I don't control them. They control them. But the reality of it is sometimes they make decisions where it's not even serving them well in the beginning. You know the old saying, do today what feels good tomorrow. All right? That lets you know that most likely it's got the best chance of serving you well. As I said, not all plans go to plan exactly the way we want them to go. But if we do everything we can in the start and we focus on ourselves and what we need to do to affect it, at least we have the best chance to move in the direction that we want to go. Look, life hacks are really, really important because they will determine your direction for you, your enjoyment for you, your life for you. And I think that's really, really important. I hope today was helpful for you. We are here every week. We'll be back next Tuesday, 1:30 Pacific Standard Time. If you like this information, please share it. And if you haven't followed already, I look forward to you following. See you next week, everybody. Bye-bye.